Hello friends, this is Mahita. Welcome to Mahita's Smart Education. Today in this video we are going to learn about 25 golden rules to get full marks in error correction and error detection kind of questions. Error correction and error detection type of questions are very important for every kind of examinations, and we can find them in examinations like SSC or banking exams or UPSC, or even in the placement exams also we have to face this kind of questions. So today in this video we are going to learn these 25 golden rules to get full marks in error correction and detection questions. Okay, without wasting our time, let me move on to our topic. What is error spotting? Error spotting is a part of verbal ability section in which grammatically incorrect sentences are spotted or corrected, and it can be noun or pronoun or singular or plural or adjective or article or anything. Okay, which means any kind of grammatical mistake which is given in the question, we have to find it and we have to correct it. And this is the main process of this type of questions. Okay, uh, before moving on to our questions, I will give you some tips regarding these grammar type of questions. Okay, tip. After two, we have to use the V1 form. Okay, in many questions they will give like to swimming. It is wrong. We have to use the V1 form. After two, we have to use V1. That is to swim or to dance. Like that, it will come. Okay, and afterward also V1 must be come. Okay, and after have, V3 form must be come, and has is singular and have is plural. Remember, this is very important. Remember this. And singular forms, we have to remember all these things like has, each of us, everyone, either or, neither nor, or nor, mathematics, collective nouns, and these all are treated as singular. Remember this. This is very important. Okay. Okay, let's start our 25 golden rules. First rule is certain nouns being a singular form represent plurality and therefore takes a plural verb. Remember these words, very important. Police, clergy, people and peasantry and cattle. These words will take the plural form. So if the question is given like this, people has left, then people people will be taken as plural. People means not one person, it is number of persons clubbed to form as a people, right? So people means it is a plural. So we have to use have. People have left. And certain nouns, for example, we treat spectacles as single, but it takes the plural form of the helping verb. So see here, the spectacles is missing. If the question is given like this, then it is absolutely wrong. The spectacles are missing, and this is the correct sentence. And remember these words: clothes, scissors, trousers, amends, spectacles, and thanks. And these all words will take the plural form of helping verb. Remember them. Okay. And our third golden rule is when a noun denoting weight, remember weight or number or money or length or measurement, anything related to these terms, we have to take the uh, only the singular form, like we don't have to use the s in that. For example, this is a 9-meter scale. It is wrong. We don't have to use s here. We don't take plural for here. 9-meter scale, and this is the correct answer. Remember, similarly for million, pair, meter, year, dozen, we don't take S. Okay, remember this. And our fourth golden rule is if one is used in sentence, then one must be used throughout the sentence. Remember, if the question is given like this, one must help his siblings, then we have to make his into one's. Okay, because if one is used, then we have to use one throughout the sentence. Remember this. One must help one's siblings. And our fifth rule is for living people, use whose. whose is used for living people and which is for non-living people, non-living. Okay, for non-living things we use which, and for living things or living people we use whose. Only for people we use whose. Okay, which phone is kept on charging? It is wrong, because here we are talking about the person. Whose phone is this? So we have to place whose here, not which. Okay, and our sixth rule is way to use fewer and way to use lesser. This is a common mistake that every student will do, right? Remember, fewer is used for numbers, while less is used for quantity. For example, for time denoting, see the third example, people want to spend fewer time in traveling. Not fewer, we have to use less, because here the quantity, time is treated as a quantity. So we have to use less. And see, of our first example, no less than 30 dogs. 30 means number, right? So we have to use fewer instead of less. So we don't have to use less. Here also, see second example, less than 20% of students, which means number of students it is also. So we don't have to use less, we have to use fewer. Okay. And our seventh rule is sentences are always opposite to the question tag, which is very important. If the question, if the sentence is positive, then the question tag must be negative. Remember this. It's a bit early, is it? It is wrong. It's a bit early, isn't it? If the question or if the sentence and the question is positive, then we have to take the negative statement. Okay. And our eighth rule is who or which. Instead of who or which, the relative pronoun that is used in superlative degree. That for you superlative degree, we have to use that. Remember this. These are the best which he could get, not which. Here that is appropriate word to be used. In superlative degree we have to use that. Remember this. Okay. And our ninth rule, as is used both before and after the adjective. If one adjective is used, if as is used before the adjective, then we have to place another as after the adjective also, like fastly or quickly or anything. She is as beautiful as her, like that. We have to place as before and after the adjective. Remember this. And our 10th rule is if though is used, then we have to use at. Though is followed with at, not but. Remember this. Though he is rich but he is kind, it is wrong. We have to use at here, not but. Okay, remember this. Though is followed with at. And our 11th rule is not is never used with unless or as unless expresses a condition, that is always used in the negative sentences. Yes, not is a negative word, right? Negative. And unless is also a negative word. So both negative and negative, if you use two negatives in a sentence, then it makes a positive sentence. So we don't have to use unless and not in a sentence. If the question is like this, unless you do not pay the fine, you will not be excused. Okay, here unless is a negative word and do not is also a negative word. So it makes the sentence a positive, right? So we don't have to use do not here. Unless you pay the fine, you will not be excused. And yeah, that is the correct. And our 12th rule is while implies a time duration and when denotes a general sense. It is about a particular time, like that. Okay. For example, while, remember, while for duration and when for particular time, or it's a general sense, like that. Okay. When learning how to box, the technique is of utmost important. Here learning means a duration, so while is more appropriate to use here. Okay. And our 13th rule is a pronoun is a word which refers to the noun in the sentence in case of possession, and this can be easily understood by the following example. Okay, let's see. Each student must bring their books. Okay, each student, it is wrong because we have to use possession here. For example, let us see in this example, each student must bring his parents. His. Uh, each student must bring his parents at exam meeting. Here, his is important. Each is treated as singular. While explaining the tips, I have given you that each is used for singular word. So, each student must bring his books, not their books. Okay, we have to use his here. Sorry for my writing. Okay, his here. Yeah, and a 14th rule, the words beginning with H, such as honest, ear, or are silent and must be an must be prefixed to them. Okay, and we have to use an before the letters. Okay, the train is a hour late. Here, H is a H is not a oval, but the R sounds like O. So O is a oval, right? So we have to use an here. And this is also one of the common mistake that all the students will do. So remember this, okay? And our 15th rule is use of since and for are to be taken care of. Okay, while using since and for, we have to be make sure first you have to understood the difference between since and for, and where to use since and where to use for. For is used for duration only, but since is used for from certain point of time in past to till now. We use since. For example, I have been waiting for the bus since 3 hours. Here, since is wrong because it is 3 hours. It is duration. 3 hours is a duration. If so, we have to use for here. And another example, see, I have been working in this organization for last July. Here, it is not for a duration. Since, so we have to use since here. So remember the difference between since and for. Okay. And our 16th rule is repetition. Yes, some words do have redundancy, like repetition is there. I return back. Already return means back. So why do we use back? So we can say I came back from Goa, and this is the correct word. And our 17th means parallelism. For example, what exactly can be parallelism in a sentence means it's related to the structure of the sentence and putting it other ways or the different phrases or words performing the same function and should be used in the same format. For example, see, Sonia likes to dance, sing, and cook. It is correct because see, dance, sing, and cook. We have used the same kind of words. That is parallelly we have used. If we use Sonia likes dancing, singing, and cooking. Here also it is correct because we use it the same kind of words, like all the words are having ing form, right? But if we say Sonia likes to dance, sing, and cooking, it is wrong because we have to use all the words in the same format. This is what parallelism means. And our 18th rule is comparative adjectives are used to compare differences between the two. Some of these adjectives, such as superior, inferior, prior, etc., are always followed by to. Okay, remember, yes, superior, inferior, prior, etc. These kind of words must be followed by to. Okay. So he is superior to me, not he is superior than me. Than is wrong. Here we have to use to. Okay. Yeah. A little has a positive attribute and means some. A little means some, though not much. It is only a some. Okay. Little knowledge is dangerous thing. So we don't have to use little here. A little. So a little is correct. A little knowledge is a dangerous thing. And where to use the little and a little. A little means some, not much, right? The little means not much. Okay. uh, A little honey in the pot might prove useful. The little honey, here we have to use the little, and here, see, here knowledge is dangerous thing. A little knowledge is dangerous thing, so we don't have to use little, we have to use a little or the little in the sentence. Okay, where to use the means it's not much, the means not much, the little means, and a little means something, right? Like that we have to use. And our 21st rule is, in adverbs of past like yesterday or etc., in the past indefinite tense is used and present perfect tense is not used. Remember, I have bought a cycle yesterday. We don't have to use have. Helping verb is not used here. The color is not good. I will change the color. Wait. Yes, here have is not used. We have to use bought. Just bought is enough. We don't have to use have. If we use yesterday or for particular time, then we don't have to use the helping verb here. I have met him in 2000, and which is wrong. I met him in 2000, and this is the correct answer. Okay, some comparative adjectives, like this example we have already learned, but there are only few examples are given, so I want to give more examples. Superior, junior, prior, anterior, posterior, prefer. Remember all these words. These words must followed by two. Okay, remember, Raj is senior than me. It is wrong. Raj is senior to me. I prefer coffee than tea. Than prefer. Prefer means it is also there, right? So we have to use to here. Remember all these words. These are very important. Yes, our 23rd rule is transitive verbs. Like, see these words. These words are also very important. Discuss, describe, reach, order, tell, demand, attack, resemble, ridicule, etc. And these words do not followed by any preposition. Remember all these words, and these words are very important. Please discuss about the matter. About is preposition, right? So we don't have to use about here. Discuss, please discuss the matter. And describe about your friend. Describe your friend, it is right. Okay, and when pronoun is used as object, verb or preposition, it should be in objective case. uh, okay, when a pronoun is used, for example, let you and I do it. Here, see, if let is used, where is this? Okay, let you and me do it. And see, here I is not a pronoun, right? So we have to use me. And they came for her and I, not I. We have to use me here. Okay. And this is our 24th rule, and our 25th rule is either neither are used for two persons. Remember, this is very important. Either or neither is only used for two persons, and any, none, no one are used for more than two persons. For example, any one of the two is lying. Here it is describing about two persons, right? So we have to use either, not anyone. Anyone is used for more than two persons. And if they gave like this, neither of the three boys did this. Neither is used for this or that. Only two things we use neither. So it is wrong. None of the three boys did this. Okay. Like this, we have come to an end of our video. We have completed all our 25 golden rules, and we have learned these tips. Remember these tips. These are singular. Remember, these are very important. Okay. And yes, thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, do like, share and comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel Mahita Smart Education for more interesting videos like this. Okay, thanks for watching.